Ambassador Rudo Mabel Chitiga. She is a permanent secretary for skills audit and development at the ministry, Zimbabwe. Let's put our hands together for her as well as she comes to deliver her brief Goodwill message to us on the second edition of ARC-EDS.
Good morning to you all. Honorable Minister for Environment, Science and Technology. I also would like to recognize my own ambassador, His Excellency Ambassador Kufa Chinoza, Zimbabwe's ambassador to Ghana. He is no longer High Commissioner. We are no longer, or not yet, not in the Commonwealth for the second time round. We will be back. I bring you greetings from Zimbabwe, from the Ministry of Skills Audit and Development. This is only the second ministry I know that is solely devoted to skills development. I know in other countries you have ministries of education and training, you have ministries, but the only other ministry that talks about skills in Africa is in Ethiopia. I hope that this revolution of separating education and skills will visit you one day. We have learned a lot by beginning to focus on skills. I think the previous speakers ably talked about the difference between the certificate and the skill. And the emphasis that we have been putting so far on certificates has not led us to where we want to go. It is for me an honor to deliver a goodwill message on behalf of the Ministry of Skills Audit and Development in Zimbabwe, and on my own behalf. And for us to be really privileged to be part of this gathering that has been organized by SDEV, the Africa Regional Conference on Education and Sustainable Development. It is a platform for me that needs more and more recognition and more participation by other players within the continent. These are conversations that we really need to be taking very seriously, coming up with plans and programs that take us from where we were to where we need to go. Zimbabwe remains firmly committed to continental vision of Africa, where every learner is empowered with the relevant knowledge, skills, and values to contribute to meaningful, sustainable development, innovation, and entrepreneurship. Our ministry recognizes that skills-based education, which I think was called the right education, is no longer a choice, but a necessity, particularly in an era of rapid technological change, technological transformation, climate uncertainty, complex global challenges, and the need to change the fortunes of Africa from being a mere consumer to being an actor in knowledge development, in technology development, and therefore gain a seat at the table. We are particularly encouraged by the conference emphasis on strengthening the nexus between education, skills, sustainable development, and entrepreneurship, and its focus on the youth bulge. The young people of Africa are growing, and yes, there could in fact be a youth dividend. But at the moment, the demography, we are not moving fast enough for it to be a demographic dividend. I think the time when we gave youth t-shirts and they were singing and all that is gone. Youth require to be in the digital age. Youth require skills, youth require support, and an environment that is youth-focused. It is not to integrate youth in our own world. We need to learn the world of the youth and also develop policies and programs that cater to the needs of the youth. Our participation at this conference is a strong national resolve to ensure that conference is guided by a strong national resolve, a national resolve for skills development that aligns with the labor market demands, that adapts us to climate, creates resilience, leads to digital innovation and inclusive growth. The insights, the partnerships fostered here will be instrumental in informing our policies. As I said, we are a new ministry, so we are still in the learning phase. So we are here to learn from the experiences, particularly of a country like Ghana, which has pioneered TVET for a very, very long time. TVET, skills development, informal skills development are all embedded and integrated and recognized here. We need to learn from your experiences. We would like to work as Zimbabwe to create the Africa we want, which is an Africa where we are co-creators of technology, where we are digital participants and not consumers, where we are innovators and entrepreneurs. To do this, I was very pleased hearing Professor talk about the importance of research. Research and development is no longer a pastime, a hobby, but research and development needs its own budget line. And research and development is not just in academic centers. Research and development should be across the board to allow for innovation. Zimbabwe seeks to transform the TVET system, to retool our training centers, as well as to create a mindset in our people that this is not a second-class occupation for those who could not go to university. And therefore, to also advocate for the requisite investment in TVET, which is the same or more than the investment we make in our universities. We are looking for examples, we are looking for case studies, as well as strategies that change the mindset of parents, as well as the population, on the role of technical and vocational training as the key to the development of industrialization, as the key to giving youth a pathway to respectability, a pathway to entrepreneurship, and a pathway to employment creation and also to the development of the country. I therefore look forward to listening to all of you, to learning, and also to making connections that will enable us to move our agenda forward. Thank you so much for this opportunity.